So this video is all about presenting the explanation about the assessment that you've sent, sir, about our subject, which is the system integration architecture presented by me. So first, this video is for our midterm paperworks to compile the midterm grade. So this is for creating a PowerPoint explanation or explaining the assessment. So first we have the assessment 1. First question, why is a form handling the end validation important in web development, particularly in terms of data integrity and security? So from our form handling and validation ensures the data integrity, which validates that input meets the required format and preventing incomplete or incorrect data from entering the database. Second is the security, which is prevents vulnerabilities such as SQL injection, cross-site scripting or the XSS, and other malicious attacks by sanitizing and validating users' input. Next is the user experience. It provides clear feedback on invalid inputs, improving usability and reducing frustration. Next is, what are some key Laravel features that help to prevent security vulnerabilities such as SQL injection and cross-site request forgery when handling from data? So the SQL injection protection, Laravel's Eloquent or ORM and Query Builder use parameterized queries, preventing malicious SQL inputs. Next is the CSRF protection. Laravel automatically includes a CSRF token or ensuring forms are submitted by authenticated sessions. For the input validation, the validate or the method helps sanitize and validate inputs before processing. For the XSS protection, we have the blade templates automatically escape output, preventing the injection of malicious scripts. Third, explain how would you create a basic form in Laravel using blade template and handle its submission in a controller. So this is a include an example of how would define validation rules. So this provide a code. So the first here is our blade template, which have first the at CSRF means protects the form from CSRF attacks by adding a hidden token. The route is generate the URL for the root name for the router name submitted form. Next we have the input, which is the input fields captures user data for name and email. The next is the submit button sends the form data to the server. So we also have here the controller, which is the The request validate here is used for validates for data, and um, it is example for this is the name is required and string and email must be valid. So the return back um, code here is redirects the user back to the form page with a successes message. Next is the how can customize validation error messages improve the user experience in a web application. So this first code, the request validates with a um, customizing error messages makes them user friendly and specific context. So here is for the custom error message, or for the first code is the second argument provides user friendly error messages for each validation rule. So next is the blade template for displaying errors is the errors or any or the first type here in code is checks if there are any validation errors. Next is the errors for all is retrieve all error messages. Next is what are the benefits of centralizing validation logic in Laravel applications, and how does this contribute to the maintainability of a web application? First is we have the maintainability. It reduces redundancy by reusing validation rules. Next is the consistency that ensures uniform validation across different parts of the application. And next is the ease of updates, which changes to validation logic in a centralized location propagate globally. So next we have here in our assessment 2, we also have 5 questions here. First, what is the role of middleware in Laravel's authentication system, and how does it help protect routes and resources from unauthorized access? So the middleware ensures have the route protection, restricts access to authenticated user or specific user rules. Next, and have the session verification, which validates active sessions, preventing unauthorized access. Example here is the auth middleware restricts access to authenticated users. Next is how does Laravel's built-in authentication system handle user registration and login, including the management of session tokens and the validation of input data? So we have here the Laravel's authentication system, which have the user registration, login, session tokens, and scaffolding. So first, the user registration handles a user creation with validated inputs and hashed password using the BYRB crypt. Next is the login. It authenticates user by validating credentials against the database. So the session tokens generates secure tokens for session management, and the scaffolding. This is the Laravel or the UI or Laravel Breeze packages streamline this setup. So next we have the importance of security measures like SQL injection prevention and XSS protection in login and registration forms. How does the Laravel assist in preventing these vulnerabilities? So first is the security measures for login and registration. We have the SQL injection and the XSS, which is XSS is blade templates escape output by default. Example here is to input validation ensures only expected data is processed. SQL injection is prevented by Laravel's query builder and ORM. Next is how would you create and apply custom middleware in Laravel to restrict access to specific routes based on user roles such as admin only route or this is for the creating middleware, which is the PHP artisan make middleware admin middleware. For the command, it creates new middleware class named admin middleware. So in the middleware logic, we have the logic. It is checks if the authenticated user has the role admin. If not, it directs them to home and applying middleware. For the applying middleware, we have it is the middleware group applies admin middleware to all roles in the group. Next is in terms of scalability, how can Laravel's application system can be adapted to handle a growing number of user and requests. So we have here the scalability. In authentication, we have the session management. It uses catchy drivers like Redis for session storage, and we have here the token based authentication. This is used Laravel Sanctum or Passport for stateless API authentication, enabling scalability. Next, we have here in our assessment tree, what are the key steps involved in implementing the create operation in Laravel. So we have the steps here, which is to have the steps 1 is blade form. It create a form for user input. Next is we have the route. Define a route to handle the form submission. And the controller, it is the process and validate the form data. The model, it insert validate data into the database. So the code here is the example for the operation. So we have here the validation. It ensures that the name field is required. And the model create is saves the validated data into the database. Next, we have the explain the importance of data validation and sanitation in CRUD operations. So we have here to prevent injection attacks and invalid data entities. Laravel sanitizes data via the validate method, ensuring safe data handling. Next is describe how would you implement the read operation in Laravel to retrieve and display data from database using both a controller method and blade view. So we have here a code which is the controller is we have the model. For the model all here is a retrieves all records from the database table associated with the model. Next is the compact data here is pastes the data variable to the blade view. For the blade template, we have the loop. It irritates or iterates over each record in data and displays its name. Next is what is the purpose of the update operation in Laravel, and how would you handle form submissions to modify existing data entries in the database. So for the code here that allows modifying existing data is we have the model find, which retrieves a specific record by its ID, and we have the item update. It is the updates the record with the new date. Last in our assessment tree, how can you ensure that the delete operation in Laravel is secure and prevents accidental or unauthorized data removal? So this is secure is use a route model binding and authorization checks. So this is the example of secure delete operation, which is the route model binding is automatically injects the model instance, and the item delete here is deletes the record from the database. In our assessment 4, we have also about the reCAPTCHA of the Google. So first question, what is the purpose of Google reCAPTCHA and how does it enhance the security of web applications when integrated with forms? So here is to prevent bots from submitting forms by challenging users with tasks only humans can solve. Next is describe the purpose of obtaining the registering reCAPTCHA site and secret keys from Google. So first is we have the process of obtaining and registering reCAPTCHA. First is register on Google reCAPTCHA using your emails and enter domain details including your password here, and the obtain site and secret keys. Update the obtain when moving to production for valid key usage. So we have also the API key validation, which service like reCAPTCHA. It is required domain specific registration to function it properly. Next is the security, which prevents unauthorized access and protects sensitive data. We also have the service liability or reliability, ensures third-party services recognize and trust your production domain. So last is the user experience, which avoids errors and ensures all features work as expected. Next, how would you integrate the reCAPTCHA into a Laravel form? Outline the steps from installing the necessary package to adding the reCAPTCHA field in the form. So first, to install the package, a composer requires Muse or CAPTCHA. As the command installs a package for reCAPTCHA integration. For the blade form is no captcha render. Here is loads reCAPTCHA JavaScript, and for the no captcha display is adds the reCAPTCHA widget to the form. Next is explain how to validate reCAPTCHA responses in Laravel. So in validating here, the secret key verifies the reCAPTCHA responses via Google's API, ensuring it was solved by a human. So for the validates here is a validation rule, ensures that the Google reCAPTCHA response field is filled by valid. Last is customizing reCAPTCHA. How can customizing error messages for failed reCAPTCHA attempts improve user experience? So provide an example. This is controller example, which is custom error message provides a user-friendly messages if reCAPTCHA fails validation. So that's the end of my presentation about the assessments that I explained. So that's all, sir. Thank you po.